Welcome to the Information Broker, and in today's video we're going to be talking about why dating older women is actually harder than dating younger women. And this kind of plays into why you should date younger women. And I mean, there's a lot of benefits to dating younger women than an older woman. Like, just think logically, an older woman has been in the dating market for a longer period of time than a younger woman that's maybe she just turned 18. You know, an older woman is someone that's probably above the age of 30, but that's not always the case. I would say for me, an older woman is anyone above the age of 25. And this is the case because now the dating market has changed because of Tinder, because of, OnlyFans, because of Instagram. It's opened the market, and so now women have an expedited experience once they hit the legal age for their state. So dating an older woman, when you date many older women, and even this can be any girl, but when you compare her, like, I guess you can say like the golden standard of comparison would be a fresh 18-year-old girl, and then you compare any girl that's above that, and you realize that when you cold approach and you date a lot of these girls that are above the age of, older than 21, 22, 23, you can kind of tell they've been with a lot of men. And so it's harder for you to kind of trigger her emotions to get her excited, because she's been with so many men at this point, plus 10, even if it's not like a sexual body count. Maybe her sexual count is above 5, but the men she actually dated is above 20 or maybe 50. I mean, the more men she's been with, and the more, like, it means that there's more competition, not with you personally, but in her mind. She's comparing you to every one of the men that she's been with in the past. And the more men she's been with in the past, the more competition you have to deal with. And so if she, and this kind of competition, so this is not a linear competition. So let's say that she dated 10 men in the past, so each of the 10 men in the past, let's say one was really good looking, one was really good in bed, one was really wealthy, one had really amazing status. So this is just for an example. Let's say like each of the guys she dated in the past had one particular, focus that they were really good at. Now when she looks at you after she's been with 10 guys that had like, maxed out in one area, body, looks, status, game. And let's say she's been with 10 men that had each of these individual attributes, that maxed out in each individual field. You're not competing with the highest value one. You're competing with, so basically her mind view, her scope of men that she sees, it's been expanded. It's been stretched out. And now she's comparing you against all of these guys combined in their apex. And so now, if you think about like a pentagon or something like that, where, there's 5 attributes, money, looks, status, wealth, and game. If she's been with 5 guys that maxed out in each individual attribute, you're not competing with the highest value male in her eye. You're competing with all of the history that she's been with that maxed out in the 5 pentagon, So if each one had a scale of 1 through 10, money, looks, status, wealth, and the game, and each one was ranked from 0 to 10, you're not competing with just the highest value men. You're competing with all the men she's been with in the past that showed her, an apex. So essentially, the more men she's been with in the past, you would have to compete with all of these maxed out attributes combined. And that's why it's harder to date an older woman, and that's why it's not recommended. And most women will deny the fact that they're looking for, a better competitor from her past. And the ironic thing is, like, as a woman ages, like, her standard always goes up, but her looks always decline. So in the end, she has to compromise. To find the guy to settle down with. Like, she would have to compromise to. So as her looks decline, the ability, like her standard, because the men she's been with will always increase. But the man she can attract will always, as she ages plus 30, like, her looks will decline, her femininity will decline. She'll be more masculine. independent. So the ability to attract a higher value man declines, but her standards always goes up. So, I mean, a woman, if she doesn't lower her standard, she'll be single for life, or she'll be delusional, or she'll be used by, you know, a player and pump and dump, and she'll be on this endless cycle riding the CC until who knows when. So it's not, it's, I mean, if you're a woman, it's advisable for her to get married early, especially at the peak of her beauty, 21, 22, before the age of 25, preferably. If she wants to stay on the CC, she can, but it's to her own disadvantage. And I mean, let's get back to the core of the video, but the core of the video is to not date older women and to date younger women, because they're more feminine, they have less experience, and they have the capacity and the ability to go on this long-term journey with you, you know, and build, you know, have this pair bonding, new excitement. Like, it's easier for you to make her excited, trigger, and to show her like a new experience, and she'll reciprocate, and she not only will she cherish that, but she will, how can I say, she would respond positively. Like, she would appreciate your efforts, because she doesn't have a history of being with, you know, 10 plus, 20 plus men, and so that's the lesson of the day. Please press the like and subscribe button, and please comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.